Alright, howdy, y'all. I suppose I should get these things started. I waited till the very last minute to set everything up, and then I realized I still had more stuff to set up, like thumbnails and titles and advertisements, and collecting my thoughts, making sure my microphone's even hooked up. But we are here, and it is a Monday, and we only have a couple of events left. So how is everyone doing? I see some hellos in the chat, as well as some fighting words talking about how the O Rangers would not podium, and that's great. And how R not to get out of contention, to not get out of contention. I'm assuming that's Raspberry Racers, because there's also Rojo Rollers. That's another RR team. Yeah, a lot to talk about, a lot to feel bad about if you are a filthy Rangers fan like myself. I even made a little something. Oh yeah, I should go back because this is the standings. If you have not seen this event, then whoops-a-daisy. But there's some pain for me to get into, if I can pull it up right about here. Nice little thing. Let me turn on my desktop audio so y'all can hear it. Just a little something I whipped together this morning.
Oh no! We suck again!
Yeah. It's pretty neat. It's pretty pain. Oh, and that is both Spain. That is Spain without the S and Spain without the A, because I had the logo spin around. So this is some crunch time, and we already saw some of these teams lose out on championship contention, and it seemed we got some exponents going on, because just 2 events ago, right, it was the bottom 2 teams. The following event, it was the bottom 4 teams. Now all of a sudden with this event, we're at the bottom 8 teams can no longer win, and the bottom 4 cannot even podium. We'll get into that math at the end, but we're just gonna take this
with just 3 events.
Moment by moment here. Not a lot to debrief with the Sand Rally. It was, classic O-Rangers SMH. O-Rangers roast when? Common O-Rangers L. Y'all are giving me pain. So Sand Rally, right? I believe was 2 heats. And then the top 4 move on to a final heat. I think that was it last year. This one, just 16 team free for all, right? And I live for the chaos. Okay, 16 marbles all run down. That's pretty chaotic. I'm pretty sure that's how it was back in 2017 when the Rangers won it. Last event, Sand Rally, all 16 teams going at it. Last year, I believe it was split up into 2 teams, or 2 heats of 8. This time, they go with the 16 team hullabaloo, which I like because it's just marbles. I would have liked it more if the Rangers had not DNF'd. But What say you all? Should this sand rally event have been 2 heats of 8? And that's just gonna be a yes or no. Should this sand rally 2 heats of 8? Neato burrito. All right. There was no duck since this was another outside event. I do believe Greg Woods did not mention the duck even with the interior scenes. Unfortunately, so that means that Greg Woods is 9 of 15 throughout this season. In talking with the duck. Hopefully he mentions the duck a bit more. 2 events in the main tournament left, and then a whole half of the showdown to go. So still some time to mention the duck. Get an ass. Do you think the Pinkies need to be tested for potential use of performance-enhancing drugs? If so, which other teams do you think could be guilty? Happy Monday, everyone. I thought we were gonna be talking about different teams in podium contention and championship contention. Which managers should get fired or coaches get fired. What am I looking forward to with these last couple events? No, are the Pinkies roiding it up? Are the Pinkies... No team is roiding it up. Alright. So, these standings, man, Pinkies... Are the Pinkies choking? Because it definitely didn't seem like they're running away with it anymore. That was 9 points, and they still have it, but I think it's like a 2-point difference now. Speeder's guilty for show of roiding it up. These are marbles. Loving the Bumblebee. I have no idea where Raldo was. I never know where Raldo is ever. But we got that roly-poly and we got that nice Bumblebee. The Bumblebee memes have been out in full force. Like, that right there is the best member of the Bumblebees. So, I think starting gate order was pretty random. And I was gonna say some bias, but that was if the rolls didn't go the way I wanted them to. I don't think there was any bias with the starting gate, and I don't know how this starting gate was ordered exactly, because they have the Pinkies in first place, and they get that center aisle. Then you have Team Galactic in second, and they're just there. And the Speeders in third. So, outside of the Pinkies getting the middle lane, I don't think there was any placement deciding any order. So, no reverse starting order this, right? Main gate bias that. I am just looking at the phrase Marble-wana. That's not performance enhancing in any way. I think it should be federally legal in my honest opinion. Wow, this chat's already out of hand. 10 minutes in. Already it's nothing but marble drug use. All right. Yes, there we go. Thank you. No starting gate bias. Um. Yeah, and it was a lineup. So it could be that just the left to right is randomized, right? And either it just so happened that the Pinkies got placed there, or possibly that since they were in the lead, they got the middle lane to start out with. But Sand Rally, anything can happen, anything does happen, and anything happened uh, with this one because there's just so many twists and turns. It's so chaotic. It's such a mishmash that the starting gate really doesn't matter. Although if the walls were a bit higher, okay, maybe a centimeter or two, stop teams from DNFing. Can't even blame that one on a track defect. That was just... Well, we'll see what it was. Oh, and we're off already. So, already, we gotta go frame by frame with the starting gate. Except they used the worst camera angle for the starting gate. It's way over there. And what is with these seats? What are these seats? You're not even near the action. Oh, okay. What kind of front row seats are these? And it's just for the starting gate, right? You don't even get a screen. You just see the woo and we're off. Actually, what does Greg Wood say? Does he say we're rolling?
5 captains in the order. Off we go.
Off we go. Okay. So I guess and we're rolling is just reserved for Marbula 1. We gotta go frame by frame, see what this is like. Yeah, there's just nothing. Because where do the Pinkies like? It's pretty dead even, and then the walls collapse. Minty Maniacs. Who's running for the Minty Maniacs? They got an awful push. They're late out of the gate. All right, here's Minty Maniacs right here. They're late off the gate. And then they just get a couple bad bounces, bad collisions, get sprung. Now they're well back. Of course, the Rangers are back there too, and they're going to stay all the way back there. Canoan, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then just like a couple hits. Oh, Mellow Yellow almost flew off that track. Yeah, they're a bunch of, like... Come on, I think that's a track defect. Look at how high that bump is. And look how low the wall is. It's no wonder a team DNF'd. It's only a shame that it was one team, and it was my team. The best team, arguably. Which is my stance on the argue of who's best team. The O-Rangers are the best team. Because I am a filthy O-Rangers fan. But, like, the speeders almost went flying. And if the speeders flew off, you would never hear the end of it from speeders fans. Mellow Yellow's obviously no stranger to falling off of racetracks. So I'm sure the fans would be understanding. But look at that air. There's bump there and not even a ridge. That's just DNF. This is me. that is me playing these new Mario Kart tracks because Mario Kart 8 updated back on the 7th. And so that's what I've been doing. I have been falling off every single course because there's just some I need guardrails. I might be goated, but I still need some guardrails every once in a while, rather. There should have been a higher barrier on that left side because I am pretty sure that Kanoan DNF'd on the left side of the track. But there is a very beautiful moment, and I wish it stayed that way. If only it stayed that way, because the Rangers eventually took the bottom spot. But there was a moment where all the top three teams in the championship standings were in the basement of this event. And how about Arip from Team Primary was nowhere? This is their first event of the season. The hard carrot put the team on their back. Okay? Team Primary got two options. You either pay Arip or release them because their talent is getting wasted on your team. And what is Secondary doing? Keeping Arip this late. Right? I understand, like, being rested for when you need them. Okay? The NFL has that happening now. A bunch of players aren't playing up to their potential because he got so many games. You know, we haven't seen Arip at all. We saw 79 of the 80 marbles before this event, and Arip was the odd one out. I guess it's worth the wait if you're a Team Primary fan. But if you're a Team Primary fan, you also got to be asking, what is the coach doing? Keeping our best player as a reserve and keeping them off of the field when other teams have had their reserves on, and arguably their worst reserves. What is Secondary doing? Kudos to Eric being the best member on Team Primary. That is not a high bar by any means, but still, that helps their podium potential. They are now out of championship contention. Maybe if they ran Arip at everything, it would be a different story. But this is the story of 2022 for now. Team Primary, one of those other teams, completely out of championship contention. But that will not stop Arip from carrying this team. And Blue Eye can't get close to anyone, right? You can't shove anyone up. No Rojo rollers this time. Can't sprunk anyone off onto the sand. And then here we are. This was almost the thumbnail because this is probably the most beautiful part. Right there. That is the podium leaders, the championship contenders, the top three teams in this season at the absolute basement. And I was hoping Kanoan could at least make an attempt. Shining Swarm came out of nowhere, as they have this whole season, mind you. They were in 15th. They were 40 some odd points, 30 some odd points back behind Team Galactic. And they have been running the table ever since. They got that gold in the funnels, and they've come off 3 straight golds. And now about to claim, or not 3 straight golds. I would be talking so much more about that. 3 straight medals, rather. So Is Shining Swarm about to win this Marble League? Are they running the table? You remember what happened with teams and huge leads going into last couple of events? Is Shining Swarm making a run for it? Because I think so. Yeah, so there we go. Pinky's in last very quickly. If only it would stay that way, right? Uh, Meanwhile, they are barely on the screen. Okay, nice camera work. Some of the camera work this season has been rather hit or miss, but well, right, not right there because it got swallowed up by the graphic. But just there's the leader, there's the back of the pack, and keeping that all in frame, especially when Arip is going beast mode, showing you how it's done. It's really hard to keep all those racers in the same frame all at once. So that's some great camera work. Gliding Glaciers also, I forgot that they were in third place last year. That they auto-qualified. Because Gliding Glaciers, not so much a third place curse, because they have been playing all right, but they haven't really been making a splash like other teams. You gotta be Pinky's Galactic type splashes, right? Because that has been the main storyline. Or you have to be Balls of Chaos, about to break the record for the worst points average in a season. All with a gold, all with a silver medal, rather. And that's some more math to get there. Same with Raspberry Racers. They haven't been popping all that much. Mellow Yellow, you know, they can be mellow about it. They're champions. Oh, jeez, there's that DNF. And this is a testament to how good the camera work is. You could actually see the DNF happen, and I knew it was over. I knew it was over for the O Rangers once I saw that bump get too high right there. It hurts me, hurts my soul. We're gonna go frame by frame. Oh, and was it the Raspberry Racers? Okay, already getting high off of that. I just don't think Kanoan had any control. I don't think Kanoan had any control because they almost DNF'd there. So it was really only a matter of time. And again, this is exactly me in Mario Kart, because sometimes you know, you just hit the corner of a wall just ever so slightly, and that sprunks you sideways into the other wall, and all of a sudden you're pinballing, and not in Waluigi pinball. No, that is an accurate look at me right there, just careening out of control to the top of that embankment. Oh yeah, and then right there. Oh, not right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so they were bobbing and weaving all over the place. I guess learning moments to be had. Never put Kanoan in a speed event again. Maybe make another marble captain. Maybe Clementin or Orangin. Okay. I am not the one to make those moves. But if I had control, if I had that power, well, Kanoan wouldn't even be in that race. 1, Kanoan wouldn't be captain. 2. So, getting high off of that embankment, and then frame by frame, untouched. You can't blame anybody, okay? This isn't triathlon last year. All right? That is just your own momentum, your own noun for being out of control, right? Because they're not in control. If they were in control, they wouldn't have done that. But you can't blame anyone but yourself on that. That is rough. I think that should be the thumbnail. I do have the B as a thumbnail because I think the B was the best part of all this. So that is just some pain. Um, and then all those, not a good year for these fruit circuit teams as opposed to last year where you have Mellow Yellow winning it all and then Raspberry Racers coming in second. They haven't really been making much noise. Of course, they're both champions. They don't need to prove much, right? Anymore. They can just be there. No one's going to take that championship away. And Mellow Yellow, this is on par. It's just one of those seasons. They have the greatest seasons ever. They have the worst seasons ever. All right? The year before, they won it all. They were in 14th place. 15th, finished 15th or 14th. They were in the basement. And then they go on a run to win it. Definitely feeling like the Los Angeles Rams, unfortunately, as a Seattle Seahawks fan, just can't get anything going my way with these weekend sporting events. LA Rams win the Super Bowl last year, and now they're kind of poop. Of course, they picked up Baker Mayfield, and that dude led a 98-yard touchdown drive to win the game despite not even being on the team for more than 2 days. The dude had literally just gotten to the city and puts the team on his back. Kind of like how Eric put the team on the back. Although Shining Swarm, I think Shining Swarm's going to win this Marble League. Because they almost won it last year. They were in 8th. They had... They were in contention going into Marble Cross, right? Shining Swarm were in 8th going into the final event last year. Almost won it. Okay? They did not control their destiny by any stretch of the imagination. They had to win, and all the top teams had to lose, and that almost happened because cough, cough, reverse starting order haunts a lot of teams. Okay. I don't remember which teams because my memory's a little hazy. But they almost won. They are probably the most slept on team in the league because, well, they've only been good for the last couple years. Okay? They missed out on qualifying for 2019 and 2020 because they were in the showdown and they were relegated. I think because the 2019 season was the first year of the showdown. So, no, rather, was it 2018? 2018. That I know the Shining Swarm did miss the main tournament, competed in the showdown, were terrible in the showdown, got relegated, missed out on qualifying for the next season. So they missed 2 years in a row. But it is not really like it happened. They're back competing like they've always been here. So it is very exciting to see a team that isn't Team Galactic or the Pinkies or the Speeders win this Marble League. Especially for the fact that they almost won it last year. And this was an event that they needed to win if they want to run the table, because they are currently running the table. And of course, Eric from Team Primary back there in the thick of things. And the Chocolatiers, all right, only 2 teams have not won a medal this season, and now it is only 1 because the Chocolatiers are doing the bare minimum, with this being the 3rd to last event left to get on the podium, win a medal for once. Remember when the Pinkies were in the basement in this event? That was a minute ago. You go back a minute. Okay, they're in 10th. How about another? Oh, well, that's the start of everything. Yeah, see, there they are. 90 seconds back. 90 seconds back. Pinkies in the basement. And now we are right here, almost to the end of everything, and they just climb back up. Savage Speeders don't know what happened because they stayed in 15th. Oh, Rangers, I know what happened to them. I'll never forget what happened to them. Okay, so here's some more bleachers. We just got, like, they need some TV screens or something, because you only get to see them for a split second. Like, that is 3 seconds they get to see Shining Swarm. They do that little loop, and not loop, but curve. It's like a little smiley face. They just do the smiley face, and then they're gone, and then that's it. So they need some, like, TV screens or something. I should do an O Rangers roast video for April Fools. Well, if the O Rangers keep doing what they're doing with this, I might not have to wait till April Fools. I mean, they got gold in the aquathlon. They already got 2 goals in the season, so that's just me as a salty O Rangers fan going from first to worst overnight. It's what you get for putting Kanoan in a speed event. But the O Rangers, they're good. The best, arguably. But I got some hard arguments to go up against if that is the debate. So I know that Balls of Chaos finish in 15th, only because O Rangers DNF to finish 16th. Balls of Chaos really wanted to finish last. But I just don't remember when the Speeders got out of not last. Man, that is the finish line right there. Arab really wants this. He's like, hey, put me in the free agency market. Okay? Get me out of this team. It's run poorly. Mary's a cube and Prim's a maid dress model. Okay? I need an actual team that can win some actual events. Get me out of here. Someone, anyone. Who do you think would take Arab if they went into free agency? I'd say Balls of Chaos still. I don't know who they'd trade away for to get Arab, but I think Arab wants out more than Prim. I think Arab should be the first team. Arab should be the first member to go into free agency. Just get out of there. Look at this offense. Just let me pass. And then Shimmer just doing a great job defending their spot. 1700ths of a second. That is pretty far Yeah, that is not far, rather. That is right up in the thick of things. Oh, and Savage Speeders. Velocity, what happened? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm only complaining because O-Rangers DNF. Sad day. Sad day. So the Savage Speeders just didn't leave the basement at all. That's nice. That's handy dandy for my fantasy points. Look at this. Look at this, and then remember that I have each of these teams on my fantasy. I crunched the math earlier. Okay. Keeping in mind that I had a nice boatload of points from the aquathlon, right? I had is that it? 60? Oh, no, it's bowling. It's got to be more than that. I had 156. Is that right? No, I had 94. Dang it. Sad day. Sad day. I had 94 points off of fantasy after the aquathlon. Sand Rally comes around. 3 of my teams are in the bottom 3. Roll out of town with 28 points. Rangers have a ×2 multiplier. That's 0 times 2. Sadness. Madness. Both of them being captains. I can tell you what, that's not going to last long. If I am those coaches making those decisions, that is not lasting long. I mean, call it recency bias, call it whatever, but those aren't good showings, especially for what the Balls of Chaos are doing. Rangers at least have won 2 golds on the season. All right? They can eat this. They cannot finish 16th again if they want to win this. They need to win out if they want to win this tournament. But they can eat that. They can take dead last for this once and still be in good shape. But from here on out, if you're in the top 8 and you're in the bottom 8 after this next event, it's over. It's over. Oh man, Shining Swarm, Shimmer getting that nice 25 points. Chocolatiers at least getting on the podium. So I mentioned that Bon Bon did podium at O Raceway and they have a sand portion. Eric putting the team on their back. Too little too late for team primary though. And then Balls of Chaos. Okay? The math is getting delicious with these championship standings, all right? It used to be Midnight Wisps, Balls of Chaos, couldn't podium. Then it was couldn't win anymore. Then it was Minty Maniacs, Chocolatiers, can't win but can still podium. Midnight Wisps, Balls of Chaos, can't even podium. Now, Gliding Glaciers, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Mellow Yellow, Team Primary, can't win. They can still podium. Minty Maniacs, Chocolatiers, Midnight Wisps, Balls of Chaos, cannot even podium. Oh yeah, that's the math I was doing. Who's got 81 points? Oh, this was before. This was... I'm confusing myself with this math. So, team primary, if you keep putting air up and everything, it's going to go well for you, okay? Team primary can win 2 straight golds. That's 50 points. If the Savage Speeders lose out, that would tie team primary with the Savage Speeders, and then team primary would win off of medal count because they would each have 4, but team primary would have more golds. So the highest that team primary can get is 3rd. And I know that the Midnight Wisps and Balls of Chaos, I think they can only get like 9th at this point. Balls of Chaos can only imagine that you win 2 straight golds and you end up in 11th. All right. So, quick math time. Balls of Chaos have 57 points in 14 events. The record is 70 points in 16 events, okay? Balls of Chaos have 57 points in 14 events. One of those being a silver medal finish. Silver medals get you 20 points. So that is 37 points from 13 events. That is 2.8 points per event outside of a silver medal. That is doo-doo. So, with 2 events left, if they average, if they get 12 points, all right, 12 points in 2 events, that is 6th. No, that is 6 points. That is 10th. If they get lower than 9th in this next event, it could happen. And getting below 9th in 2 events is easy. This is phenomenal tanking we are seeing from the Balls of Chaos. This is truly the worst season. Oceanics, you could have host curse, schmost curse. You could have the argument of not winning a medal with the worst points per event. Balls of Chaos have a silver. They have a silver medal. And they're about to take the worst point average in Marble League history? Can you imagine if they get like 15th? Again, 15th, 16th. The record is 70. Right? Midnight Wisps, congratulations. They can no longer take worst because they got that 71. Balls of Chaos going nowhere. Going nowhere. Imagine if they just took 15th, 16th in the next 2 events. End up with 58, 59 points and the record is 70. This is a beautiful choke job we are seeing out of the Balls of Chaos. Sand Rally, a lot of people saying should have been 2 heats of 8. I am going to ask this one. Okay? Saying okay a lot. These streams get me nervous. So. So I'm making a new poll. Um, Sand Rally being 2 heats as an easy yes or no. So we got the top 8 teams, and this is gonna be in the sort of we're in the back half of everything because the race happened. Exciting race, sure, not the best for me as an O Rangers fan, but now we have 8 teams who can still win it. You do not control your own destiny. If you're a team like the Green Ducks, Raspberry Racers, just a 2-point difference. You need to win out and hope that the Pinky Swarm and Speeders lose out. It could happen. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. But Green Ducks, can't really call that a host curse quite yet. Can't really call that a anti-host curse. But out of all the movement that's been happening, all right, we got 8 points separating Swarm and the Pinkies. Got 10 points separating Speeders and the Swarm, and just 4 points separating Speeders and Galactic. With then a horrible 13 points separating O-Rangers from Galactic. And then it tightens up just 12 points between 8th and 5th. But as a whole, gold medal between 8th and 4th. So, as much as these top 8 teams can win the Marble League, mathematically speaking, math doesn't really care about logic. I'm going to go with these percentages if I can find the image of them again, because I keep losing these really great chances, all these percentages. I think like Pinkies are just about assured the podium. Although if you remember 2020, because I do, if you remember 2020, Collision is where it came apart for the O-Rangers. The only thing they had to do was not let the Speeders win and make it out of the group stage. The O-Rangers got swept in the group stage, took 16th, and the Speeders won Collision. So, with that sort of precedence in this league, with all these choke jobs happening, and for the fact that we are only looking at the top 4 teams as real contenders for winning this Marble League, who's winning the Marble League? Because they can only have up to 4 options. And lucky me, we only need to talk about 4 options. So we got Pinkies, Shining Swarm, Savage Speeders, and Team Galactic. Don't look now, but Team Galactic with 4 gold medals sliding into 4th place. They could finish 5th. 13 points, O-Rangers. Alright, so that poll is just going to end when this stream ends, and this stream is not ending for a while, although it has been 50 minutes. But it is crazy how this year has been. Team Mellow Yellow cannot go back to back. Did I have that as an option? Ooh, where was Team Galactic? Where did they finish? If they finished 5th, that'd be over the moon. All I need are the Midnight Wisps to get on the podium, help my cause, help my bingo card. Pinky's finished 5th. Team Galactic finished 11th. If people have been, really cringing at these Team Galactic 5th everything, right? Because they're about to get 5th in the Marble League, almost got their 5th gold medal. 5th is pretty alright. If they kept finishing in 5th, they'd still be in the lock for the championship. But since they can't finish in the top 8 unless they're finishing on top of the podium, they've just been choking this season away. And Pinkies, what are you gonna do? It's so easy to come back than to maintain a lead, because if you maintain a lead, you don't know how many points you need. You don't know how long to maintain it. But if you're trailing, you know exactly how many points you need. You know exactly how many medals you need, how to get on top, how to win these events, to run the table. Raspberry Racer's Shining Swarm are in the basement this time last month. Yeah. Not quite. It's the 12th of December. 6 weeks ago. This time 6 weeks ago. A month and a half ago, they were in the basement. Exactly. 100 points in 4 events. 50 in 10. That is called 5 points per event. It's written in the stars. Galact 5th. Always gonna happen. For the sake of my bingo, if Team Galactic... I almost call him 5th again. If Team Galactic finishes the tournament in 5th, can that count toward this? Because I feel like finishing the entire tournament in 5th is more impressive, because so many things have to happen for a team to finish in 5th rather than just finishing 5th in an event. So, yeah, a lot of people saying it'll count. So Galactic, I always want to call him Galact 5th. Team Galactic either gets 5th in an event or 5th overall. Number 5 is all that we need. We counted a tweet for an athlete getting injured, and then we counted a media consultant as a coach getting fired. Technical advisor? Technical assistant? Some auxiliary coach. Not the head coach, but we're still counting them. Yeah, not a lot of... I think... Oh, what am I trying? Oh, that's orange. That's that Rangers orange. So I think that this row is my best bet. Although, have we talked about... I'm pretty sure we talked about the last event. It being elimination race. A photo finish could easily decide the championship. You have a photo finish... got a photo finish for who's in last and who's penultimate after a heat. And that could easily sway one of those top 8 teams to get onto that championship. Imagine if Team Galactic finishes 5th in the final event and that set of points pushes them to 5th overall. That'd be the greatest thing ever. Greatest thing ever. So, I need your help for something. See, I've been making some one-off bets on what am I gonna do if this team wins, if X, Y, or Z team wins. I only have 2, and I need suggestions on what to do with the other 6, because there is a very real possibility that the podium, the championship, gets clinched after elimination race. If the Pinkies win collision, sorry. We got Collision first this Wednesday. And then Showdown Part 2 this Saturday. And the final event next Wednesday. So this Wednesday in Collision. If the Pinkies win Collision, does that math check out? They will win. They will have clinched the podium. Quick math. That pen does not work. Yes, doing math and pen. So, if the Pinkies win and Shining Swarm gets 2nd in Collision, that leaves Swarm with 184 points. And it leaves the Pinkies with 207. Okay, so they can't clinch. Oh, well, that's a relief. I hope I'm doing that math correctly. 164 plus 20, 184. 172 plus 25. Oh, no. I'm not doing that math right. I'm doing it even worse. 194. There we go. 7. I can math. That's why I'm a YouTuber. So, Pinkies get a gold with Collision. 197 points. And then, if the Swarm get a silver, but that's if the Swarm get a silver. Then that's only 13 points back. Saying the Pinkies can't finish below silver? Or is that if they win? But there is still a possibility Pinkies win. All of the top teams finish in the basement. And all of the basement teams finish in the top. So, if, knocking on wood that they don't, but if they win Collision, that'd give them 194 points. 97. 197 points for the Pinkies if they win Collision. Shining Swarm, if they lose, Then they stay at 164. And that's 32 points. 33 points. 33 points. And that's a clinch. So if Pinkies win, Swarm loses, then the Pinkies would clinch. And again, that's if everyone else. So Savage Speeders would have to take 15th. Yeah, I wonder what the most, because if the Speeders win a silver, that put them at 174 points. And that also barely puts them in championship contention. But the Pinkies more or less clinch. Yeah, Pinkies. Yeah, so Green Ducks will need 2 golds. Pinkies will need 14th or worse for the Ducks to win. So there are 8 teams in the mix. There is a real but unlikely chance that the league gets clinched after Collision, going into elimination race, and then it's just a fight for second, which no one really wants to see. Everyone wants suspense. So what am I gonna do if one of these 8 teams wins? I'm gonna hide my screen real quick, just so not an incriminating gets shown. But I want y'all input on what I'm doing if one of these 8 teams wins. For the Pinkies, if the Pinkies win, I am changing all of my socials to praising the Pinkies. I'm going to change my role on the Discord from O-Rangers to Pinkies. Alright. Man, my computer's a mess. Yep, I'm gonna show y'all this really quick because there's nothing incriminating. But there's it's just the mess. This selection of logos is wildly disorganized. I'm gonna go to the high res ones. Okay, so you got Pinkies. Pretty alright. Got Swarm. Honestly, my favorites to win it. Because they have been running the table 4 straight medals. I think they could keep it going easily. We remember Shining Swarm 2017 Collision. Although if you're a Team Momo fan, you do not remember 2017 Collision. But if Shining Swarm have a history of winning Collision, getting gold, they could easily, like, bronze would be handy. And then Pinkies have a history of losing Collision. 2016, I think, is one of their worst finishes ever outside of the hurdles, jumping over into the wrong side of everything. So I need the speeders. But I'm excited for these last 2 events. Especially with Collision. Elimination race is going to be insane. There are going to be so many teams just like knocked out of contention immediately, and it'll be between Rangers, Bumblebees, Shining Swarm for who's winning it. Oh man, if the Bees come out of nowhere, I think the Ducks would be the most impressive. All right, do I got 8? I have 8 teams. Yeah, 2017 was a catastrophe. Dinosaur pink era. Could you imagine? I could imagine. I'm not even gonna lie, I could imagine. Okay. So. Let's organize this up, shall we? Alright. Oh, that's orange. I mean, that's a great color, but not what I'm really looking for. So, this is what I would do before the stream if I didn't procrastinate on everything, but I procrastinated on this. So, we're doing it now. Pinkies. I don't need this to look good. I just need this to be organized in a way. Got Swarm. And then Speeder's still in third. That pains me. I think any Speeder's podium is a bad ending. I think them winning is an even worse outcome. Alright. Oh, dang. Okay. Speeders. And then Galactic sliding down. Sliding down. Yeah. I don't like the spacing. There we go. Gotta get right up and close and personal with these people. I want Speeder's podium in all caps. No. See, this is when I need some background music. Alright. There we go. Just need to make room for 8 teams on this. And then 5th is O Rangers? Hey, that's pretty good. I'll take 5th. Over what was last year? 10th? 11th? I'll take 5th. Lot of Team Galactic fans scared of 5th place. 5th is pretty alright. That being said, 4 golds, no podium would be embarrassing. So I understand the hesitation of getting 5th place after such a solid performance. Money. Yeah, we got room for 3 teams. And then Bees, Racers, Ducks, I do believe. Bees, Racers, Ducks. Okay. Got that. Boom. Oh yeah, we're gonna have just enough space. Bees, racers, ducks. Layer. You should know this is most of my life. It is just copy and pasting everything in GIMP. Alright, I need to make this a bit bigger. Layer, image size, and then another dump. There we go. Okay, and then green ducks. So bottom 4 of this list, I'm not really worried about, although it would be a pretty immaculate run if it does happen. Need to expand this more. Thank you, Scam Likely, for calling my phone in the middle of a stream. Alright. Going with canvas size. Increasing this a bit more. Oh yeah, that's plenty. And then layer to image size, and then dump. And now we got green ducks in a row. Hey, ducks in a row. All right. How's this? Oh, I see 53% for the pinkies. No. No, please, God, no. Speeders are the goat of the Marble League, and I hate that they are. Ain't that just the truth? Preach. The bees are the bolts this year? How so? Because of... Is that the whole about to podium, no medals kind of thing? Ah, yeah, they have... Bumblebees actually need golds now. Man, could you imagine if the O-Rangers got anything other than a 16th place finish? Get 8th. Is 8th 8 points? What's 8th? 8, yeah, 8th is 8 points. Just put them 5 points ahead of behind Team Galactic. Much different story. Like, wouldn't have to worry as much. But that DNF hurting them real bad right now. So effectively, if you are 5th through 8th, you need 2 straight golds to win. It could happen. And if your Team Galactic, you need at least another one. But if you're the Pinky Speeders, Swarm, just keep winning. Hope the other teams ahead of you keep losing. Swarm is on a tirade. I think they're actually going to do it. I think they're going to win it. Team Galactic at 6%. Let's just hope they drop to 5% in this poll. But Pinkies, 53% of respondents say Pinky's going to win. All right. So... oh, what is this font? Can't even see it. There we go. Oh, flex tilting, always the best in the world. Gonna reset all the spacing and kerning to 0 because I was doing my O-Rangers. Spubby and the kerning on streetwear, that's your word of the day. Kerning, it's the space between letters. The kerning is very weird on the streetwear font. Let's do impact font that never hurt nobody. Classic meme font. So I have number one Pinkies fan. I have two picked out. So that's number one. Gotta change all the impact. Kick it up a notch. Do 60. And do 50. There we go. So I change all my Discord, change all my Twitter, maybe even YouTube. I hate to do that for a whole season. Change it to number one Pinkies fan until qualifiers. Until the 2023 qualifiers. Whenever that happens. So that's if they win. Let's see if all this goes down. What is the spacing? Still love GIMP. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so Shining Swarm, Thesaurus, Pinky Saurus. That'd be awful. Maybe for Discord. I don't want to change the YouTube for that because it's just so hard to change back. Shining Swarm is, if Shining Swarm wins, it is going to be a 24-hour live stream. And like I'm already over 1/24 of the way there on this stream. So that'll be a lot of things for a 24-hour live stream. Record myself singing it. There'll be a lot of songs singing for 24 hours. Let's set all these bullet points up first. So, if speeders win, host a, what is that word? How do you pronounce that? Algicosatholon. Algicosatholon. What is that? Now, exactly. YouTubers don't need sleep. So, if Bees wins, eat a hot chip. I'm not doing the hot chip again. I'm opposed to the spicy stuff more than not sleeping. I like, senior night out after high school was a 24-hour thing, right? The Pinkies roast, if you remember way back in 2020, roasted the Pinkies. I started that on a Thursday. I started the editing process on a Thursday. Then I continued it on a Wednesday. I started at noon, worked on it, and then I got into a rhythm. And you know, I'd be taking breaks, but I got into a rhythm. I really wanted this done. So I got everything exported, uploaded at 4 a.m. So that's 16 straight hours. Well, not straight hours. I definitely did sleep a lot after the day after. But that's 16 hours of working. So that's 2/3 of the way there. I could do 24 hours, no problem. I'd have to schedule things out around it and definitely like put more things around the stream. And they're definitely going to be breaks. Finish a whole honey pot in 5 minutes if the bees win? Does honey even come in pots anymore? If the speeders win, tell the speeders to take a break. What are their colors? Might be able to manage that. I could... So I was thinking if the speeders win, right? Because, you know, I got popular off of these marble roast videos. I think if the speeders win, I'm going to do a video just praising them. Just, like, straight face, deadpan praise. Like, not making it sound sarcastic because they're like, oh, whoop-de-doo, congratulations. When you don't want a team to win and they win anyway. But I think that'll be the most cursed thing. That is the most cursed thing I could think of for the Savage Speeders, is to make a video just absolutely praising them. I'm talking like North Korea propaganda level praise. The anti-roast video. And that's their whole history, not just this season. Again, if they win. But their whole season. The 2016 season, 17 and 18 getting silver. And then 2020 winning qualifiers, winning Marbula 1. Coming back from the largest deficit to beat the O-Rangers. And then come back from another deficit to beat the Pinkies, beat the Shining Swarm. Awful. Oh, and then roast the... Yeah, that'll happen. Video praising speeders. And then roast the O-Rangers. That'll be a given in praising... Because, you know, speeders fans and O-Rangers fans are like natural enemies. Dye my hair pink if the Pinkies win. My hair would have to be bleached first. And I think the bleach would just damage it too much. What if Galactus... There you go again! I said Galactus. Galactfifth. What if Galactic wins? I do not know. Same with the bees, same with the racers. Can I make... Oi. Oi. Okay, that's a bit better. If O-Rangers win, eat orange popsicles. If Galactic wins, purchase a SpaceX rocket and fly to Mars. Apology video about Galact 5th jokes. People have been, egging me on to do an apology video about, like all the times the Pinkies are trash and calling them trash because they've just been so trash all the time. Momokai, I'm in the Discord right now looking at this dartboard. You and I had the same dartboard. That is funky looking. Flip table out of confusion. If Galactic wins, you must do everything in multiples of 5. I might... Am I gonna roast Minty Maniacs? Gliding Glaciers was a fluke? I mean, 9th is okay. It's not like 14th or 16th. I think if Galactic wins, I think that'll be appropriate. If they win with their 5th goal, I gotta happen. So Galactic winning apology vid. Should it be a cringy YouTuber apology vid? I think it should start with all the things I said about them from the different roast videos. Talked about them not winning, or talk about them not qualifying, and how I said that saying that they weren't going to qualify was an accident because I accidentally listed the Limers twice, and I just needed right then and there a team I thought would miss out on qualification. So that's how they ended up on that list. Yes, okay, here we go. Cringy. Cringy YouTuber apology vid. Oh man. That'd be awful. Yeah, it's gonna be flashback every time I talked about the star, or every time I talked about Team Galactic, and then just be like, just like tears streaming down my face, like, whoo. Yeah, it'll happen. It being the apology video if Galactic wins and not Galactic winning being the it's gonna happen. Oh, Rangers win. I burn Savage Speeders posters. That's spendy. Oh, Rangers win. I think I might just go like completely feral on the video, on the stream, but I think that's a given. I don't think that's like, if it happens, that's what I'm gonna do. That's just like a natural occurrence, right? Eat oranges if the Rangers win. 11. What's the number 11? Why the number 11? Raspberry Racers. A lot of food. Is there still the game Shoot the Dog from Duck Hunt? Should I do that if the Green Ducks win? Home turf? Because, you know, the game is duck hunt, but I don't want to hunt ducks if they win. If O Rangers win, do a live stream where you take a shot every time I say O. It'd have to be a shot of water, because I'd be deceased if it were any adult flavor enhancers. Duck hunt live stream? I think I'd do buy a pet duck. But I'm wondering about the duck statue. I might make some inquiries about buying the duck statue from the tournament. I don't know where that's going off to. I'm not sure if that's staying with the stadium. Maybe we'll have the hope that the Green Ducks host some more events. Maybe some races in Marbula 1. Maybe some friendly get-togethers, because I want to see more of that duck. And I know the fans do too. If the bumblebees win, get stung by a bee, no. Fanfic of Gregan the Duck? What? I'll do that. Okay. I don't want to do that for... if the Ducks win. I think... if the duck would, I'll do shooting the dog from duck hunt. Protect the ducks. Stream. Oh, that's some great heading. I believe I'm using that right. There's heading and leading, and I'm forgetting. I know kerning. There's kerning, that is the space between letters. Then there's the space between words, and I'm pretty sure that's leading. And then the spacing between sentences, or between lines rather, is heading. That's a punishment for the... No, I'm shooting the dog, not the ducks. This is a reward for the ducks. Yeah, there's a dog in Duck Hunt. So Duck Hunt, old NES game, had an attachment and everything. Very ahead of its... not ahead of its time. Of its time. But it was pretty groundbreaking technology. Because it was a controller that looked like a gun, and you had to aim and shoot these ducks, and if you missed, the dog would rise up out of the grass and mock you. So it became one of the most hated video game characters by proxy, because he's just a jerk. Oh, talking about the fanfic. I think... What team should I write a fanfic if they win? Okay, if the Bumblebees somehow manage this, I'm making a Bumble... I'm writing a Bumble fanfic. There we go. Oh, a Butter fanfic. That is Bumble and Clutter from that Turn 6 Misty Mountain Butter fanfic. Team Galactic slowly making their way to 5th place. I love it too. It's very epic. I hate that I just said epic. Socials to Pinky's 24-hour live stream. I kind of want a 24-hour live stream to happen because that'll be popping. Get a lot of European views because I'm just like on the opposite side of the earth from that whole continent, and they have a lot of fans over there, and I think I'd actually get to engage with every single fan from every single time zone, and it would be amazing. Write a butter fanfic. That'll be cursed. I hope that doesn't happen. If racers win, drink blue raspberry slushy. Well, that's an idea. Maybe like those Mios or like those concentrated flavor packs that you just squeeze into water and it turns into a drink. If Team Galactic finishes 5th overall, then Team Galactic 5th continues. I'm hoping. All right, 2 teams. O-Rangers and Raspberry Racers. What am I doing if the O-Rangers win? Besides being a maniac. Because that's like all the time I am a maniac. Say oh for 1 hour. If Razzies win, well thought out video essay on how they're the best Fruit Circuit team. No, keep that in mind. It is interesting how the Raspberry Racers are still in contention after, I mean, they're like 50 points back from everyone. Open up a Patreon. I mean, I do have something in the works. So I think you're gonna need a drinky. Say oh before starting every sentence. I could make a song. I could make an O Rangers song if they win. I'll do that. O Rangers win. I'm making like a dubstep song about them, or a love ballad. What should it be? Yeah, I could do both. And 100 beats per minute, yes. Yeah, there's one thing I had an idea of is chopping and screwing the O from the SpongeBob theme. Just country love song, yes. Dubstep love ballad. I think we get the O, we get the dubstep, but O Rangers are country. Oh, yes. Oh, Rangers, you better win. I'm going to write a love song. Absolute Keith Urban Blake Shelton? Who are some good country singers? Because I feel like that's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as good country music, except for the country music in The Sims. I could listen to that all day. And don't say Taylor Swift. She's been pop. Oh, Tim McGraw. Ooh. Luke Bryan. Garth Brooks. Carrie Underwood. I mess with Carrie Underwood. She got some hits. In Bob Ross. B major. Everyone knows that the best country artist is Lil Nas X. Yeah, Johnny Cash is country. At least that's what it pops up on when looking up good country musicians. Get Tim McGraw, George Strait, never heard of, Garth Brooks, Johnny Cash, Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Chris Stapleton, never heard of, Keith Urban, and Carrie Underwood. Those are the top 9 of Dolly Parton. Yeah, Willie Nelson. I guess he's more folk than country in my opinion, although there's not really the thickest line. All right. So, what am I doing if the Raspberry Racers win? Okay, because I'm freshly squeezed out of ideas. Could do a rap. Are Rangers still my favorite team? Yeah, they're still my favorite. I'm gonna close this poll because the results are making me depressed. Talking about the Pinkies winning the Marble League. They're choking their lead. Shining Swan running the table. Raspberry Racers rap song. Stop eating raspberries for 10 years. Y'all realize how long 10 years is? Could never do that. Love them too much. The fruit, not the team. Live stream attempting to make raspberry desserts. Oh, man. I'm torn between. Nah, I could not do a cooking stream. At least not yet. Eat 8 pounds of raspberries since they'd go from 8 to 1. They'd actually go from 7 to 1. That's too much. 8 pounds? That's, you know how much 8 pounds? Unless we're talking about the current. No, that is not the currency. That is the unit of weight. I don't think it'll be a live stream. All right. Raspberry Racers. I'm making raspberry dessert, but it's going to be like Nailed It. I've been binging Nailed It so much. It is a magnificent show. It'll be like that or like Great British Bake Off or whatever. Great British Cooking Show. I think that'll be it. If the Raspberry Racers win, I am going to make a like not even a parody cooking show. It won't be a video. It won't be a live stream, but I will do my best at a raspberry dessert. Ras ASMR for cookie. There's going to be nothing relaxing about it if it happens. Could make a Pop Tart. There are a lot of raspberry desserts. It's not a bad one. Raspberry Racers wouldn't do a marathon. I can barely get groceries up the stairs. Come on, I'm running a marathon. Afterwards, ruin it. I will never ruin food after the fact on purpose. It will be ruined in the process of making it. This is definitely a thing to make. These are definitely things that'll happen. And looking at the standings, just 22 points separating the top 4, but 13 points separating 5th from 4th. Yeah, the top 8 really looking good, but if you're the top 4, I'm thinking the top 4 are the most likely. This is a good looking list. And the top 4 is probably what's gonna happen. I need to find these stats because the math. Look at this. Oh, that's getting relegated in the showdown. That is not the math I'm looking for. I gotta remember to save these once they happen. Oh my god. Is this the podium? This is the podium. Jesus. Yeah, and this was after Sand Valley. All right, so good God. 2019. That's time at the Hazers choking, Raspberry Racers choking. They had a 49% chance of winning it. Oh, is this part? I think this might be winning it. No, this is not. I think this is podium now. I think this is what it's looking like after podium. No, because primary can still make it on the podium. And this must have been before. Or is this after? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because Glaciers and Cats can't win it anymore. So Green Ducks and up. Pinkies have a 99% chance of winning this. And then Swarm have a 93% chance. O-Rangers back with 6. So it could happen. It's probably not going to happen. But your 2022 Marble League champions is one of these top 4 teams. So anything can happen with 2 events left. Not a lot of time. Doors already shut for half of the pack, but for this half, it's go time. It is crunch time. It has been an insane season, and it is going down to an insane conclusion. I'll be back here after Collision on Wednesday. We'll talk about how it'll look for these remaining teams after Collision. Pinkies might clinch it. I hope they don't. I pray they don't. But that's why I'm doing it now instead of then. I'll see y'all after that when I will be screaming my lungs out. We'll debrief the Collision. We'll look at championship contention. And then we'll talk about the showdown teams because we got second half of the showdown on Saturday, and 4 of those teams are not moving out of the showdown. All right, it has been 2 hours. Holy cow. Take a stretch break. Get some water back in you. Get some food in you. It's lunchtime for me, so I'm gonna be eating. Gonna be falling off the tracks in Mario Kart. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day and a great Tuesday because I will see you Wednesday. And as always, I have Waluigi leading us out. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.